For the last 4 years, Laura Inema has been teaching world civilization to sixth graders at Lewis and Clark Middle School in Meriden, Idaho. Like most teachers, she fills her classroom with encouraging messages like ones that read, "In this room, everyone is welcome, valued, and respected." Another with a simple image of children raising their hands, accompanied by the words, "Everyone is welcome here." If you've ever been inside a school, you've seen posters like these countless times. I certainly have. These are the kind of affirmations meant to reassure students that no matter who they are, they have a place in that room.
So for 4 years, these signs have survived sans harassment. Nobody said a word about them. That is, till about a month ago.
My building administration came to me during my lunch period and told me that they needed to be taken down by the end of the day. They told me that they were in violation of district policy because in today's political environment, they're considered a personal opinion.
Did they say somebody complained about them?
No, I asked if anyone had complained about them and they said, no, we just want to protect you from that if that were to happen.
In this political environment, that is not acceptable.
Yeah, I was told a couple things, that everyone is welcome here is not something that everybody believes. So that's what makes it a personal opinion.
You were told this, that not everybody believes everyone is welcome.
Right.
Shockingly, not everyone supports that idea that everyone should feel welcome. Hard to believe, but that's the stance of West Ada School District now. They revised their policies after Idaho lawmakers enacted a law arguing that critical race theory is divisive and goes against national unity and state interests. The effort to remove this poster from a classroom is being led by the school district's chief academic officer, Marcus Myers. And yes, he claims the real issue isn't the words, it's the colors of the hands shown in the image, the color of their skin.
If there was a poster that just said, "Everyone is welcome here," black background, white words, do you think the team would have objected to that?
I don't think the team would have. Now, that'd have been a team decision, but I don't think the team would have. And I say that because those exist in our schools.
I was going to say, you have things that are almost identical to this. They just don't have multicoloring, and then they don't have the hands that obviously are different shades of skin tone, right? Ranging from white all the way to black.
Yeah.
So
the text by itself doesn't allow for interpretation.
So that's Marcus Myers, the chief academic officer of the district. The message is clear. Everyone is welcome here, except when you actually acknowledge everyone. As absurd as this is, and it's truly absurd, this is a microcosm of a larger pattern. Anti-discrimination policies, diversity efforts, and inclusion initiatives are all being systematically dismantled. Now put yourself in that teacher's shoes and let me know in the comments, what would you do? Because here's what she did.
Because I was told to take it down by the end of the day, I did so. And the following few days, I just was so unsettled by it. And so I went back into my classroom and put it back up. And I emailed my principal and said, I don't agree. I don't agree that this is a personal opinion. I feel like this is the basis of public education.
Sarah Inema explained that the school district offered her alternative posters that wouldn't be considered controversial. She recalls Myers, her superior, saying that political climates shift, and what's seen as contentious today may not have been an issue a few months ago. That, he insisted, is something they have to navigate. The district has now given her until the end of the school year to remove posters or face disciplinary action for defying orders. Rather than backing down, she says she's only strengthened her commitment to fight.
I just feel like, as a teacher, and I feel like probably a lot of teachers share this sentiment, I would do anything to protect my students. I love all of them unconditionally. We protect them from danger. Quite literally would take a bullet for these students. And this is the one small thing that I feel like I can do to speak out against this and stand up for them, to protect them from being affected by racist sentiments affecting their classroom. I find it hard to grapple with the fact that the reason why this poster needs to come down is because there are people outside of our school that disagree with it.
But Sarah Inema isn't standing alone. Her students have walked out in protest, rallying around her cause. They've begun distributing bracelets and t-shirts with the same message. Everyone is welcome here. It's honestly remarkable to see a history teacher in Idaho standing firm against the rising authoritarianism within her own state and school. And I can't help but think about how so many of our elected leaders, Democrats and Republicans, frankly, seem entirely indifferent to what's happening. Meanwhile, across the country, ordinary citizens like you and me are showing up at meetings, speaking at rallies, voicing their concerns, and asking the same question. Where are our leaders? I mean, just look at the Republican town halls that have been going viral the past few weeks.
The work that I have specifically been doing, I am on the Judiciary Committee and the Natural Resources Committee.
I worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, helping Wyoming family farmers deal with drought until I was fired a month ago in the mass firings, and despite only having the highest marks in my performance review. In a state where so many farmers rely on government programs for drought and disaster relief, Trump's plans to cut these programs and the people who administer them, coupled with the tariffs, will decimate Wyoming farms and rural communities. What are you doing about that?
I disagree. What kind of programs are out there.
Why do you believe that President Trump is above the law? And I'll just reinforce what other people have been saying here. Why have you not spoken out for it? Yeah. Do your job, and we have trusted you with our votes. We have sent you to Congress for decades. We expect you to follow through for what we Iowans really want our government to do, and not to have a federal government that is being dismantled by this President Trump and Elon Musk. Yeah, I know. Please stand up for what's right and do your jobs.
This is only the latest example in a growing movement of everyday Americans demanding accountability from their leaders. Not just at the ballot box, but at every level of power. They, like me, are asking why CEOs like Tim Cook and Jeff Bezos, university presidents, nonprofit leaders, and other public figures who owe so much to this country aren't speaking out more about the dangerous direction we're heading. We need courage from every part of society, not just from activists and protesters, but from those with real influence and standing, people willing to match the bravery of Sarah Enema, an Idaho school teacher putting everything on the line to do what's right.